Hello, everyone.
Okay, it's live. We can start.
So, Ivan, do you want to start or as always?
Okay, let's go. Oh wait, let me close Twitch because I'm listening to a lot of echo. Okay. So welcome everyone to the sprint tournament. This is a tournament, like an optional tournament that we do in between our competition, and it's totally optional. We give a small prize to the winner of this contest, but it's mostly for fun and just to check how's the current meta. Although apparently none of the teams have auto screams off, so everyone knows the meta because they can just scream everyone. We've been like, the server has been kind of working kind of hard lately with all those screams. So as you can see, here is the bracket that we're gonna use. It's a double elimination bracket. Each game is gonna be a best of 3. If you lose one game, you get knocked down to the loser's bracket, and then you have to lose a second game to get out of the tournament. So with this in mind, there are 28 teams in total. The first 24 have to a first round here. Then the 4 top teams are already waiting in the winners 2 bracket, and I think we can start. We put a lot of effort into these maps. I hope you like them, and don't think that they're too troll or something. So the first game is gonna be Thoughtbot against Camel Case, and well, let's go.
So, let's go.
So these maps here is circles. There's nothing special. There's a lot of like bubbles here, and some of them have cities in between in which zombies spawn. As we can see, Camel Case is already building a wall, while Thoughtbot is defending only with warriors, or with soldiers. Confusing games. So the wall works until like round 1500, right, in which zombies start destroying these barricades. And actually, it's kind of counterproductive if you want to last more than that, because it's just like it just stacks all those zombies outside of your region, and then they enter all at once, and you can stop them. So as you can see, Thoughtbot can defend without getting infected. However, Camel Case doesn't have to do work at all. All the zombies are just chilling there outside the barricade. But now they're gonna enter all at once, and it's gonna be a tough time. Yeah. And yeah, they enter all at once and destroy the base, and Thoughtbot takes game 1. The second map is called Mint Ice Cream, because for obvious reasons. And they're both repeating their strategies.
Yeah, so the strategy of building the barracks doesn't work like in the challenge 24 hours. It's much worse.
Yeah, it's much worse now than before. I'd suggest that once you have this like huge barricade at like round 1200, you should like open a wall so that they enter one by one and you can kill them with the base. It doesn't seem to be doing so, and all the zombies just destroy everything at round 1500 again. And Thoughtbot takes game 2 and advances to the next round, in which it faces Team Rosa.
Quick question before we go on. Are we recording the stream?
Yes, we are recording.
I think so.
Stream.
Okay.
We were arranging that while you were gone, man.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go with game 2. Tactical Tomatoes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Tactical Tomatoes versus AIC2020.
I have no surprises here. This time it seems that AIC2020 is just waiting with the base. Apparently this is like some sort of like a local maxima for a meta in which you just like hit with your base, and that way if you only have your base, very few zombies are gonna come at you as opposed to your...
Yeah, but he's spending paper with something?
Oh yeah. Where is that going?
But he's not getting the vaccine, so...
Is he just doing like tons of PCR? He's just messing with our minds?
Seems like just build a worker and do a tons of PCRs.
Oh, but Tactical Tomatoes apparently is surviving by putting all of the units next to hospitals. So that's a good way that even if they get hit by a zombie, they don't all die and get into more zombies at the same time. So yeah, that seems to work, and Tactical Tomatoes takes game 1. Go with game 2. Use like a single fumigator to move around nearby zones.
Yeah, and the same strategy for AIC2020.
Yeah, let's see if it works.
So
But Tactical Tomatoes already has a few hospitals scattered around and surrounded by soldiers, so that's gonna be a pretty tough defense.
His soldiers are also having a bytecode limit. It's something.
Oh yeah, that's kind of weird. You should, if you're listening to this stream, you should probably take care of that bytecode limit. And
yeah,
and they take game 2. Let's move with round 3. It's gonna be Phase against
Cerberus 53. So you can control actually the bytecode that you are spending, and maybe it's safe to do some checks before executing high cost functions.
Yeah, it's always good to check like the big loops in which you might be spending a lot of bytecode. Apparently Phase doesn't do anything. It just waits until, I think it waits until around 5,000. Oh, sorry, not around 5,000, until it has like 5,000 toilet paper, and it builds the vaccine and suddenly it starts doing stuff. However, Cerberus is like wasting resources.
Yeah, exactly.
Gets destroyed immediately by zombies. And yeah, just by the time that Phase started to do something, the Cerberus got destroyed by zombies. So I don't know. Let's go with game 2. They're gonna go the same way, but this time maybe Cerberus can build stuff. Like it's getting more income now because those farms survived, but all the units that it's sending are just getting infected and dying and coming more zombies. Meanwhile, Phase is chilling there. The area around it is still disinfected. It's not even like fumigated or anything. And it built a vaccine. It was doing something with the worker, but we'll have to know. Like we'll know next round what it does.
Yeah.
We didn't have time.
So next match.
This match is Enterrados against Mighty Chameleon.
So
again, Mighty Chameleon seems to be doing
wall.
Whoa.
He left opened one side by, and Enterrados seems like he's just killing zombies that approach to his base.
I see. This is what we label a null plus strategy. Like you're playing like null player, but your base actually shoots zombies, and that apparently works. Like this game is kind of complicated to begin with, so like the thing is that beating this null plus strategy actually takes some effort, as opposed to previous games in which, like, of course, you could beat null with anything. Apparently, Mighty Chameleon is having problems because like zombies got inside the base and infected all the troops. So yeah, Enterrados takes this first game. Let's go with game 2. Again, there's gonna be like an unfinished wall. However, this time Enterrados is doing something. I'm really not sure what's going on here and why in 2 different games it did 2 different things.
Maybe it's the distance to the towns or to the spawner points, something like that.
It has an hospital. So I guess
he has an hospital. He also built some laboratories.
So there's labs and hospitals. So it already has the vaccine.
Yeah.
Now these soldiers are free to move anywhere without having to concern into stepping into infected territory. However, the Mighty Chameleon is also defending its round. Oh, but not anymore. The zombies came in, and this game is also for Enterrados at 1-2-0. So with the next game, Vector 2 against weird name. Wait, as you can see, both start building very close to the base. Some farms. Whoops! But Just got
Yeah.
infected pretty early. Wait, the base doesn't attack. The base is not attacking those zombies.
He was running out of bytecode, seems like infinite loop or something like that, because he doesn't move for any round after he gets the first
I see. That's unfortunate. Well, if the base attacks, you could defend way more. Those zombies are getting free real estate near the base. They shouldn't.
Yeah. So let's
move to the next round. Again, they both start building a little bit of stuff, but those zombies are free to just walk in and get everything because this base doesn't seem to care. And Vector 2 takes both games, advances to the next round. Amadeus against Starbucks Crusaders. Seems like Amadeus just like send a fumigator in a suicide mission to the enemy base to see if he can infect something.
Seems like he's stopped doing anything.
Both are holding their ground. They are still not infected by zombies, but Amadeus has a lot of farms and they're not being farmed.
Yeah.
Zombies are coming in. Starbucks is doing a little bit better. At least it's farming. It's getting more income. But where is that money going to? They don't seem to be buying the vaccine, and where is all this money going to? I don't know. But Amadeus takes the first game, and let's move to game 2.
We haven't seen the third.
Will we ever see the third map? So again, they're both building really close to the base. This time Amadeus is actually getting some income. Well, never mind, guys.
It seems like he only does one.
He only does one worker.
One worker.
And then it maybe waits until it has enough paper to the vaccine or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Meanwhile, Starbucks is actually farming and holding its ground, and the workers are not dying.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying. But the thing is that they got so much money. Where's that money? It doesn't seem to be in the vaccine, and it doesn't seem to be on units anyways. So I'm not sure. Now, Program James against Better Jungler. Seems that Program James is actually farming a bit around its base. Better Jungler just puts soldiers around.
He's doing a hospital.
There's some hospitals, so they can probably survive even if they get hit. At least some of them, right? Because there are like soldiers that are not adjacent to any hospital. Let's hope that they don't get infected. Program James is actually expanding a little bit. Building hospitals every 3 tiles in each direction so that all the units are adjacent to a hospital. And now they're stacking resources.
Oh, but Better Jungler stopped at 3,000 for the vaccine.
Oh, that's like super hard-coded because we definitely recompiled everything. So that means that they just have a 3,000 hard-coded into their code. They just buy 3,000 for the vaccine at some point. Now Program James also got the vaccine and now sends all its units to attack. Oh, it didn't work. Now zombies are coming in. They fend off. Oh, both teams are in a pretty rough shape right now.
It seems like Program James lost.
And actually, Better Jungler takes the first game.
Yeah, let's move to the next one.
Again, we can see Program James starting to farm and get quite a bit of income. Meanwhile, Better Jungler just stacks soldiers around hospitals. There are like some soldiers that are not adjacent to hospitals, so those do get transformed into zombies if they get hit.
I wonder what's he doing with the bytecode in the hospitals because he's getting.
Well, it doesn't matter if a hospital gets bytecode.
Yeah, but why does?
Or maybe some. I mean, might be like doing some like hive mind stuff.
Yeah, like trying to calculate something or
distributed BFS.
Yeah, exactly, something like that.
With hospitals. I mean, it's free. The bytecode in hospitals, I guess, is free. Yeah, and the thing is that they are getting infected, but never mind. They somehow zombies got in, even though they had so many soldiers. It means that probably the barricades are obstructing their own shots.
Yeah.
So Better Jungler takes also game 2, and moves to the next round. Let's go with the next game. FL, FBLABC. Oh, wow. Play. F team against Macarons de la Yaya. So it seems that F team is building a lot of soldiers and stacking them around the base, while Macarons de la Yaya seems something very suspiciously close to the demo player. The base into attack. Never mind, it's the base attack. You know, the base is not attacking for sure. There's no way that you die before around 1,000 with your base attacks. So, well, F team gets game 1, and Macarons de la Yaya don't have an attacking base, so that seems pretty comfortable for the F team in the next game as well. You can see they're doing the formation. Meanwhile, oh yeah, they got game 2 as well pretty quickly. So they get 2-0, they advance to the next round. We might not see map 3 at all. Bootstrap is boring against Jordi Gran. So it seems that Jordi Gran is sending units without getting infected. So they're actually keeping track somehow of which tiles are. Well, never mind. They're not keeping track. They just get it. Maybe they don't keep track at all. And they get this fend off, and they probably do something because these soldiers are not getting infected, and they got really close to the enemy base without getting infected. Probably some bug fixing. There are like some probably cases that they're not taking into consideration. Now they have a lot of trouble in the base, and Bootstrap is boring takes game 1 because all of those units were being transformed into zombies right next to the base. Let's go with game 2. Wait, what the heck happened here?
Just one round.
Jordi Gran was like, no way, like once you're down, I surrender this game, I'm out. Well, apparently the base has a bug or something, it exploded game 1. Well, RIP. Bootstrap is boring, takes game 2. And advances to the next round.
It's a 2-0, right? And Little Squad versus AG Pass.
Little Squad against AG Pass.
So another time, some bytecode lost.
Well, Little Squad just went like very, very far away to build those 3 farms there. And they got infected.
Yeah.
Base couldn't do anything, they were too far. Meanwhile, AJ Pass is surrounding itself with walls. Again, this proves to be nice until around 1500. Then all zombies get to you at once, and it's pretty tough. So let's see what's going on. The round seems to be. I'm just looking at the slider, and it seems that the round is gonna be 1500. So that's pretty bad for AJ Pass. We all know what's gonna happen now. If people would just open one single hole, they could kill all zombies one by one, but they're close, they're gonna get all in at 1500. And that's exactly what's gonna happen, most likely. Yeah, they all go in, and Little Squad takes game 1. With game 2, is mint ice cream. Again, Little Squad makes some farms, so they're like very, very far away. So if zombies come, there's nothing you can do. Those farms are gone. You know, AJ Pass is seemingly sending soldiers to the enemy base, but they're just those tiles are infected. They cannot get there. They die too quickly. However, it can defend from the zombies, and it doesn't have a wall, so it can defend for more time. But never mind, all those zombies came in and they took AJ Pass, so it's Little Squad advances to game 2, to round 2, sorry. Our third game is Fernando Simon against Perez Reverte Bot. These are two Spanish characters. So as we can see, Fernando Simon is also building a wall, but a wall of soldiers, like a wall of meat, not of barricades. So zombies cannot stack outside this kind of wall; they just get killed.
Yeah, but also Perez Reverte Bot try to.
Yeah, they also they seem to both be doing soldier wall. However, Friendless Remote has a little bit of the edge here because it's building labs and farms inside of this wall. So they can probably they already got the vaccine. Now soldiers are advancing towards the
So
enemy
now
team.
they are moving towards the red
And
side.
now they cannot get infected. They confidently can just advance. It seems that they go up to some distance to the enemy at every round. And yeah, they managed to put some damage there in the wall. Let's go to game 2. So again, we can see that both, well, never mind. Whoa! Apparently, those obstacles did kind of a job there. Because sometimes people tend to ignore the zombies that are right behind an obstacle. Oh, never mind. This was quickly. Oh, that's the Perez Vertebot base attack? How did it die at round 600? Well, let's move to the last game. Eccentric Eggplant against Learn Rust. So it seems that Learn Rust sent a single fumigator to the enemy team. Oh, never mind, it's now farming and doing some walls. And walls here are not very good. However, it manages to do some farms inside, so if it later breaks these walls,
he actually
you might be able to farm freely during like 1,000 turns or so. You know, like eccentric eggplant are not complicating themselves. They just like wait. Those zombies, apparently they're waiting for around 5,000 for 5,000 toilet paper probably. But all those zombies stacked outside of Learn Rust base doesn't seem very good. Eccentric eggplant, got the vaccine. What are they gonna do with all this toilet paper that they have? Oh, apparently nothing. They literally just get the vaccine and that's all. I didn't even get the vaccine. I don't understand. Whatever. They take game 1. Let's move to game 2. Of course, I'm making a little bit of fun here. I know all these spots are probably unfinished. There's still like a lot of time for the final tournament. So, it's good.
So, there is an opening here, and that managed to infect inside of the walls. Now it's closed.
Yeah, Learn Rust wasn't able to do some safe farms inside. So Eccentric Eggplants is just farming. They already got the vaccine. Oh!
And Eccentric
zombies. There were so many zombies that were close to it that they just they just killed the base really quick. So we actually go to game 3 finally. And what map is there in game 3? Oh, exclamation marks. That is fairly simple. It's not a complicated pathfinding. They're relatively close to each other, and there are not too many zombies. Then Ross made like an encampment in the middle. But, never mind. It just got overrun by zombies. And they managed to sneak in because there were some holes in that wall. So Eccentric Eggplants take 3 and they advance to the next round. So with this we finish winners 1. We move to losers 1 to the people who lost this first game. The first game is Rayo 75 against Cerberus 53. I don't see the number too well here. So again, Rayo 75 just makes a single worker. It replaces the worker when it dies. That's curious. Meanwhile, Cerberus is trying to farm, but there's no workers alive. And all the farms got just overrun by zombies. And base against base. And Rayo 75 survives longer. They move to game. Well, we move to game 2. Let's see what happens. This map is called boxes. If you enter one of these boxes, you're gonna have a tough time trying to find your way. There's some boxes that even have cities inside. So it seems that Cerberus again is having trouble. They're getting infected. Meanwhile, Rayo 75 successfully built some hospitals and some units around it. I think they're gonna have a pretty solid defense. Let's see what happens.
So these 2 units seems they're going to do lots of things here.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to know if you're in a bad spot.
Yeah, of course.
with the limited vision and the limited computing power that you have. Yeah, they managed to survive longer, so they win 2-0. Wait,
Oh yeah.
what? Oh wait, the first game wasn't. Did they
It
win
was.
the first game or not?
I don't remember now. I didn't.
Well, I think they won first game as well. I think it's 2-0.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah.
It was 2-0. We didn't have to see that. Well, that was the third map, Tetris. And let's move with the next round. The first map. This first map is called soccer. Like, you're really close to the enemy, and actually the zombies don't even bother you because they're in the other in the other side. They're offside.
So this wall is very interesting. This because.
Well, what happened there? Like it imploded. Well, Starbucks Crusaders takes game 1. Oh yeah, they don't attack the base, right? Like the base doesn't attack.
Yeah.
Right, in this box.
It's,
Yeah, and all of the every single unit is getting byte code exceeded there. Oh, that's tough. Again, Starbucks Crusaders sends a single fumigator. Oh wait, that zombie was hitting the base for like 50 turns and they finally got away with it.
What?
Not even that many turns, it just hit the base a couple times. And I'm not really sure what was going on, but if the base doesn't attack, it's going to get destroyed by zombies, I guess. Okay, with this, we move to the next game. And implode this time, and actually wins the game. Apparently, like these soldiers go to the enemy base and attack without getting infected. Let's see if he can do so in a slightly larger map with complicated pathfinding. Oops, got infected. Oh my god, I was like, AI is actually building some defense there. Those soldiers are stationed. Oh, never mind, they got infected. Those are more zombies. Probably the base is gonna be the only one standing now. Both teams are having trouble, but Jordan actually survives longer, so it moves to the next round. Wait, that's it. It's 2-0, right?
It's 2-0? No.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Sorry.
whatever. We can see this.
Yeah, no, it's 2-0. It's 2-0. We will see that map eventually. Well, this is the last round. We can see that map.
Are we gonna see that map though? So, again, in soccer here it is. Like if you have a rush bot, this is like pretty nice. There are no zombies in between. You can just go all the way to the enemy base if it's not fumigated. Whoa, what the heck happened there? How are there so many zombies?
He got their own drops get
Oh yeah,
infected,
never mind.
so...
Oh, I see. All those got transformed into zombies as well. Like it was okay, very bad situation. So, Ren Ross gets game 1. Time around, Ren seems to be farming, and those barriers seem to be doing their job, so they're not gonna bother. Meanwhile, Perseverance has all the soldiers inside the box. Oh, and then they couldn't defend the base. So Lernas also takes game 2. He wins 2-0. We never saw that map that you were so eager to make us look.
Okay, so let's go with winners 2.
Yeah. With this we finish, losers 1. And now we go to winners 2. The first game is gonna be Rosa team against Bot. So if I'm not wrong, I think Rosa has a rush bot, and in this map it goes like really well.
Yeah, we can see the third map.
Oh.
We still can.
Oh yeah, that's true, because these games, since there are no players that are both in losers 1 and in winners 1, we're using the same maps. Oh, that's it. As you can see, Rosa actually tried several times to gain the base, and it succeeded in this second and third attempt. Let's see what happens with a slightly larger map. There seems to be a worker, and I was very confused there. Well, Thoughtbot is having all the soldiers around. Rosa is actually waiting outside. Some of the units are getting bytecode exceeded. They don't attempt to get in anymore. Maybe they just go in if they have like numerical advantage or something.
So.
But still, Rosa has like a lot of units there in the middle of the map. And that fumigator seems to be chilling, like.
Yeah,
Well.
but but
Well,
that bot
those units
knows
cannot go
that
through.
these cells are infected, so that's why they are
Yeah.
stopping here.
I seem to keep tracking which tiles are
Yeah,
infected and which are not, which is pretty tough to do because there's no method that allows you to know if a tile is infected or not. So you actually have to keep track yourself.
yeah, but now they could
Well,
move now. They have the vaccine, so they don't.
oh yeah, that's true. They both got the vaccine, but Thoughtbot lasted longer. They take game 2. So they're
So
1-1. We're gonna see this map 3 finally. It's a Tetris map. Quite a bit of zombies because there are like packs of 3 cities on each corner. But the pathfinding should be easy. As you can see, Rosa takes a lot of units to the enemy base. They tried to attack. It didn't succeed, but they managed to infect all those units. So now there's only the base remaining. If they go again, they should be able to do it. To be blocked.
yeah, so
And no fumigator is doing the way.
Rosa moved his soldiers when the cells are not infected, so he's definitely tracking the which cells are infected or which are
Yeah.
not.
But apparently, like, that rush allowed to infect all the Thoughtbot units, and they got overrun by zombies. So Rosa takes the first game 2-1. Let's go with the second game, Tactical Tomatoes against Face, I guess. And Tactical Tomatoes starts building a couple units. Well, Face doesn't do anything. It just waits for the vaccine. Let's see if it pays off. Tactical Tomatoes actually is giving money to the vaccine without completing it.
And the face got the
Oops.
vaccine. And seems like sending soldiers one by one, it's not the most effective, but still works for him.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah, that works. They took game 1. Let's see game 2.
So
Tactical Tomatoes is trying to do stuff, but they're stuck in the boxes.
now one gets out of the boxes.
They have a couple hospitals and they have like some units there.
For some reason, Tactical Tomatoes spends some early paper in the vaccine, but then maybe he has some condition here that makes him spend. But okay.
Oh, I actually was looking at what you were saying.
Yeah. I was. I didn't realize.
And their base was getting overrun by zombies. Well, seems that Face takes game 2 as well. So it's 2-0 and advances to the next round. Let's see the third game, Felix against Enterrados. So Felix seems to be building a very... Wait, what? Wait, what happened here? Why is it so quick?
So
Oh wow! It creates like a lot of soldiers and rushes in like very very quickly at round 300.
so this is enough to finish him? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
enough.
with 7 soldiers, that's it. The base is gone. Well, Felix takes the game 1. Oh, this map was rush friendly, so that was didn't waste any time. And now this map is slightly more complicated. Those fumigators seem to be doing a very good job by painting the whole map. However, I think soldiers are being careful. And then that even if it's painted, you don't know if it's painted or not. So if you haven't seen tile in a long time, you might think that a zombie stepped in or something. That's why I think they're not advancing.
This time soldiers are not getting their way into their enemy
However,
base.
little by little they're moving. Little by little
Oh.
they're getting there. Oh, but they all got infected. Oh, and Interales takes the game. Having so many soldiers without a vaccine is very dangerous.
Yeah.
One of them gets infected and your whole army gets infected if you're not careful. And now we're back in game 3. So this time the pathfinding is easier, right, than in the box map. And as we can see, the Felix team is actually sending and they're kind of confused. I'm not sure what they're doing, where they're going. They kind of seem like we're going to the cities or we're going to the enemy base. We don't know. However, in the background, it's actually expanding and it's building economy and actually going to purchase a vaccine pretty soon.
Yeah, he
It
got
now
the
has a
vaccine
vaccine.
already, so this
So
time he's
many
not gonna
soldiers
explode.
and wow, and Toyota actually built so much stuff there. And actually built like it built so many infectors at around 1500. Like most of the people probably have the vaccine by then. But it built so many fumigators as well. Oh well, that was kind of unfortunate. So Felix wins 2-1 and advances to the next round. Let's go with the next game. Vector 2 against Amadeus. What's going on in your in your side? So we can see that both are trying to build farms and get economy around their base. However, it seems that Vector 2 is kind of more efficient in that it's building like so many laboratories. It already has a vaccine. It sends all the troops and it actually destroys the enemy base before they're around 1000. So Vector 2 takes game 1. Let's move to the next round. So, oh well, those barricades are probably very, very efficient. It seems to be, well, and those soldiers are actually blocking the way. those poor farmers cannot, those poor workers cannot farm those those farms there in the corner. Oh, never mind, they can now. So, oh, Amadeus doesn't seem to be building economy. I mean, he has some farms, but he doesn't have anyone working on them.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Vector 2 is actually halfway through the vaccine. It already has a vaccine. It's now sending all the troops to the enemy base. Will they succeed at some point?
Yeah.
And yeah, they did. So they take also second game. They win 2-0.
So 2-0 for Vector. Let's go.
And the next game is anti-vax kids against better jungler. So again, we see that better jungler just builds hospitals and units around it. However, anti-vax kids is actually building like a pretty large territory with farms and workers working on them. It also builds laboratories, so it's actually very close to get the vaccine. It got the vaccine. It actually, when it gets the vaccine, it produces several soldiers at once and attacks after some point. I don't know exactly when it decides to attack. I see some strongly infected cells, so apparently it also builds an infector. Yeah, it has an infector. I saw that in the front line.
Oops. Yeah.
So
next game.
That was game 1. Let's go to the next game. Type of defensive strategy of like being defensive until you get the vaccine seems to kind of work because of the game, in the sense that you can guarantee that some of the tiles that are close to your base are gonna be safe. Because if zombies get too close, they just get one shot until around 1500. I guess that's what some of these teams do. Like they just try to protect these tiles that are close to the base. They build a vaccine and they go all in.
Seems like anti-vax kids is going to get the vaccine.
Yeah, they got the vaccine
jungler
right
just
now.
defends himself with some hospitals. And now sends
the vaccines, all of the units, they actually got their way there, even though those boxes are annoying. Well, some of the units are getting stuck, but it doesn't matter. They got enough units there.
Yeah. So
and they take the game. So it's gonna be 2-0 for anti-vax kids. That's gonna be the F team against Strappy's boring. So again, I'm messing up with my screen right now. So again, F team has a pretty strong defense of soldiers. It doesn't seem that they have hospitals, so if they actually get infected, it's gonna be huge trouble. But for now, they have so many that zombies just get insta shot. Yeah, they get insta killed whenever they get close. It's the same for Bootstrap. Is boring as well. So
yes, so he got vaccine also, so he was safe for that.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, by the time apparently that the zombies can bust through that barrier of soldiers, they already have the vaccine, so it's not that bad if they kill one of them. So again, we're seeing both very, very defensive strategies. However, this time the base of the blue team is unprotected from one of the sides. It doesn't seem to matter though. The base is pretty strong by itself. So, oh, they're both waiting.
Yeah.
So the F team actually has a worker, so it got the vaccine before the red team, even though it built so many soldiers. Because it also has a worker there working on
Red team has
very
enough for the
small patch of
vaccine, but
land
he just doesn't do anything.
whatever. Who cares about the vaccine or the virus? That's it. So the F team wins 2-0 and advances to the next round. Next game is gonna be AIC2020 against Lil Squad. It's Lead Squad, right? I cannot read. I thought it was Lil Squad. Apparently, Kanye is also doing some sort of this strategy in which they just build hospitals every 3x3 regions.
Seems like
They don't have to care about anything. They just keep expanding. They just build hospitals and they cannot get infected while they're there. They just don't care at all. What virus? Do they even buy the vaccine? Oh yeah, they do.
There are tiles, but
they're
like they don't care.
Yeah. I guess they can farm those tiles anyways, right? If you have a worker right next to the
exactly.
hospital, you can farm those. Oh well, they just do an overwhelming amount of. They just overwhelm the enemy base with soldiers after they get the vaccine, apparently. So, yeah, this is funny. Is Kanye also planning to build a lot of hospitals if he wins? I know.
Yeah, but Kenny doesn't care about the enemy team sending.
Those workers seem to be really stuck there. Oh, they're like hardcore stuck there. They cannot even deposit all what they gather. They have like 200 food on them.
And keep increasing.
Rip. Oh well, those workers are valuable. It's worth of a lab, that worker. You can build a lab by itself.
So since this time this is not gonna work because he cannot move his workers to build more hospitals.
It seems that it doesn't do more workers, even though it has so many toilet paper.
Yeah, exactly. He
can also... It doesn't even buy the vaccine. It has so many toilet paper.
But eventually takes the game.
Yeah, apparently that wall of soldiers did their job, like right next to the hospital, so it works. 2-0 and advance to the next round. The next game is gonna be Fernando Simon against Eccentric Eggplants. So again, Fernando Simon is actually doing this huge land, like this huge patch of farms, and surrounding them with soldiers.
Eccentric Eggplants is just no player attacking with base attacking.
Oh yeah. Oh, apparently Fernando Simon. Oh wait, what happened? Apparently they got infected because some unexpected zombie got in.
Fernando Simon attacked.
But now they got the vaccine and now they attack and win. Apparently when they detect they're infected, they just go really far away from the base, so those zombies don't bother too much. So again, they're doing this wall. However, this map is kind of tough. Because you have that bottleneck right next to the base. However, they successfully managed to do the wall, and now they can farm inside freely. They seem to be donating some of the money that they get. To be honest, I'm not sure if it's worth to donate any money if you're not gonna build the whole, if you're not gonna buy the whole thing. Oh, never mind, they're not donating money. They have that. So
yeah.
I forget what I said. Meanwhile,
no, they got vaccine, so they're like advancing all
together. They seem to be constraining where the soldiers can move. Like you can only move like this far from the base, depending on the round, it seems, because they seem to be doing a circle around their base, not the enemy base.
Seems so like this base is gonna die soon. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, and they got there and they destroyed the enemy base. They win 2-0 and advance to the next round. So with this, we go to losers 2. I see some new maps now. This map is called Not Deathmatch. Because it seems like you have free way to the enemy base, but there are like some zombies in the middle that are annoying. I thought they probably don't spawn until late, so it's kind of like deathmatch anyways. See, like the zombies here are trying to annoy. They couldn't care less. One of them has a full barrier and the other one has a base that attacks, and yeah, whatever. So they're both waiting. I guess we can go faster because they're both like doing something really defensive. We know what's gonna happen.
I think it's max speed.
Oh, it's max speed.
Yeah.
What? Oh, large maps, I guess.
I can.
And they're probably gonna defend. It's probably gonna last 1500 rounds. Exactly when all those zombies bust into Camel K's base. That's a problem with barriers, indeed.
So yeah, actually, all the fun is gone.
Okay. We kind of know what happens in this situation. We've seen it over and over. Okay, this map is called Wrong Path. Sorry.
So, and this is interesting because you build the wall, but not the direction you want to.
Oh yeah, you build the wall. Like, it's protecting the outside world of the zombies. It's such a hero. Meanwhile, Eccentric Eggplants doesn't do anything. He doesn't care. Well, the map is called Wrong Path because you can basically go the wrong path and get to a city full of zombies, or go to the right path, which is very unintuitive. And they both seem to be doing well. Like, none of the bases has been hit so far, I think.
Yeah. So this time, okay,
Oh,
never mind. Never mind.
Those, they all died and they surrounded the base and destroyed it. Those zombies get pretty scary after around 1500.
So White
They
Codex
can
ain't
be
another
pretty
time.
dangerous.
Wasting too much White Code. And doing nothing. Yeah, Raya75 does nothing apart from this worker.
Pretty curious what that worker does. It doesn't seem to be farming anything.
Spending the paper. It's his job.
It's just like doing that worker to mess with our minds. Like,
I
what
think it is.
Like,
I mean,
just like
he does
PTR.
nothing, but he doesn't get economy because that.
You don't even have to do the worker for that. You can just like spend all the money in the base. You can do PCRs in the base. Well, they both seem to be standing, but that's because the base is just too strong before. Oh, it has a hospital. So now if the barracks actually spawned a unit next to the hospital, no, it moved away. It got infected.
They move away.
But if they stand next to the hospital, they'd be fine. But they're just moving and going away from it.
Yeah, and dying, and base kills them.
Well, they kind of recovers 25 gold from each unit by doing that.
Let's advance a little bit. Because this seems to be stuck.
Oh, well, yeah, it's gonna be just like who kills, like, which random zombie kills the base first.
And
apparently those soldiers, the tiny health from those soldiers before dying actually managed to give the game to the squad.
So this kind of maps that has this structure, it's difficult that zombies get out of them with random movements. So I'm wondering if it's worth going for them and kill them, or just going from the enemy.
It's kind of funny. Lit Squad is just sending all those soldiers.
Yeah.
And they just suicide and die, but they kill so many zombies before dying because they're very weak at the beginning. So, you know, you said 75 has a stronger defense as well.
And he wins.
And it takes the game. Is it 2-0 or 1-1?
It's 1-1, I think. Yeah.
It's 1-1? Okay, let's take the... Well, whatever. We can just check game 3 and then we'll see at the...
First time we see this map also.
This map is called Divided, I think. For obvious reasons. It's actually a pretty straightforward map. It's very little... There's not a very difficult pathfinding. And there are few zombies, so it's actually like a very easy map.
Yeah, so these soldiers are attracting all the soldiers, and
this time Raya 75 has a pretty solid defense. There's only one soldier that can get infected. Well, there are like 6 that can defend against that.
No, but he has the hospitals, but eventually, okay.
Oh wait, what the heck? Oh, apparently having so many units made that all those zombies went
Exactly.
to that base instead of the opposing base, and it got destroyed.
So
I mean, that having zombies to come to your base at the beginning is actually worth, because you can just kill them with your base and they give you money. But after a certain point, they become too tough to handle. So
2-1.
this game is for two. Yeah, it's 2-1 for no 2-0.
No,
It
it's
had
two-
already won before. We were just like looking this game for fun.
No,
Okay,
it's
so
alright.
2-1. What?
Okay.
Sorry, your screen has a pretty low resolution. I don't see the numbers correctly. So let's move to this game. Bootstrap is boring against Mighty Chameleon. And it seems that Mighty Chameleon is doing a wall and building some farms inside. See what happens. Probably gonna again be like one of these 1500 round things, right, in which all the zombies enter at once.
So he has farms on the defense, and Bootstraps is boring, seems just killing enemies with the base.
Actually, reading some of the comments here. Okay, so
Seems like this is going to end for Mighty Chameleon. Yeah, so he gets killed by all these zombies that were waiting behind their walls, his walls.
okay, so game 2. Again,
He
and
didn't
Chameleon
close.
builds. Oh well, it's not a complete wall. But,
It's not
you
a
know,
complete wall, exactly, but
I mean, it sacrifices itself so that the zombies don't get to the outside world.
he has a wall of soldiers in the other side, so
Those soldiers are not close to any hospital. If they get infected somehow,
yeah, he's going to
it's all done.
and this will happen once zombies become strong enough for killing them, so which will be faster than just Bootstrap base getting.
Is it me or Mighty Chameleon is not getting any gold? Any gold, any paper? Oh,
What?
it won.
What? He won?
Yeah, apparently, like, all those zombies came at once. Wait, is Bootstrap does shoot with the base, right? What the heck happened? Oh well, zombies were strong. Actually,
Yeah,
they
zombies
survived.
were strong.
They survived one of the hits, and they survived one of the hits, and they came all at once. So Mighty Chameleon takes this game. Let's the third one, right?
Yeah. So this map is very interesting because the shortest path for the zombies that are here, it's very almost equal for both. So if you have some enemies, you can attract all the zombies just with some soldiers.
This looks tough for Mighty Chameleon because
Yeah, exactly.
all the zombies are going
Because he's
to its
attracting all the.
base, and this barrier is gonna fall in 300 rounds, right? So 200 rounds to go.
They are not
100,
going. Yeah.
And rush down.
But he
Oh,
won't.
never mind. He wins because like there are so many units that have to be killed in between. That so the thing is that zombies, if they see other units, they don't try to go. So there were so many units trying to kill this front line of soldiers that the back line, the back line of those zombies, like the back zombies were like, oh, we're not going there. We're just going to the enemy base, and they destroyed it. So Mighty Chameleon takes also this game and wins 2-1. Like the zombies were blocked by the front zombies, so they went to the other base and destroyed it quicker. So let's see, better jungler against Starbucks Crusaders in this map.
Okay, sorry. So it's kind of strange wall, far from base.
It was like a very strange wall.
Yeah.
They're they're trying to bait the enemy team into thinking that their base is there. They can get it from methods in the controller. see what happens. Well, those farms are totally unprotected, but they have some hospitals apparently, and they have some labs. They might get the back. Oh wait, they have labs. Wait, what? Why is their toilet paper not moving? Is it me or Starbucks Crusaders always have the same toilet paper?
No, he's.
Oh,
He
now
had
it's
some.
changing, but it was. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
So
I'm just looking at.
he built
I'm
some
just looking at what I see on
hospitals
your
trying to
screen,
hold that, but actually it didn't work at all.
Yeah, and they don't seem to be in a good track to get the vaccine either. And those units are being transformed into zombies very, very close to the base. So now they have a lot of zombies there, and yeah, they lose this first game. Very Jungler takes for game 1 and let's see game 2.
So yeah, game 2.
Wrong this very troll map. This time, as opposed to the challenge 24 hours, we tried really hard to make maps, to distribute maps so that we don't have like very similar maps in the same round or something. Like we actually gave 4 scores to each of the map, which was the distance between the players, the pathfinding, the zombie difficulty, like if there were a lot of zombies or not, and the trolling. And this had like a maximum level of trolling in this map, I think, in those that we, in the ones that we added, for obvious reasons probably.
So this seems a defense that's gonna hold some time, while for Starbucks Crusader things doesn't look that good. Yeah.
Well, they seem to have hospitals, but oh yeah, they're adjacent to a hospital, so they actually can. And actually, Starbucks Crusaders found their way to the enemy base, but only with their fumigators. So that was not enough.
Yeah.
Their jungler take also game 2.
It's 2-0, right?
Yep.
So let's move to the next game.
They was against Program James.
Where is Elia? That's a good question.
Elia said that she couldn't come for the spring tournament stream, so it's only Martin and me.
Well,
Was that Andreu?
Andreu is there, but
Yeah, Andreu is also here. He's not talking. So here we can see the program James has actually like some really nice farm. I wonder what those hospitals are doing. Stop. Is it me?
yeah, sorry, my computer seems to be.
Yeah, what happened there? Oh, okay, nothing happened. Let's continue. So Amadeus has a single worker, but this time the worker is surviving as opposed to like a lot of the previous game. So he's actually getting some income. I don't know what he uses that income for. Program James actually has some nice economy built there. And even has some walls for defense, but not like a full set of walls so that zombies can actually get in and get killed. But I'm curious, like I don't see the numbers. Program is actually working towards the vaccine. Oh, they got infected, but they have hospitals. They don't care, right?
Yeah, they got some hospitals here and there.
Yeah, so they get infected and they're like whatever. Like
Another time the CPU, it's like.
Oh, but it's in hospitals. Like it's actually like I would be worried if that was on units, but if it's only on buildings that don't even have to build anything.
Yeah, of
fine.
course. He was commenting before in chat that he was doing that on purpose. I don't know if.
That's like to distract enemies to make like a siren of fight code. Oh.
But he.
That was tough. Like.
Yeah. So. Zombies destroyed the barracks and just. Okay. Base.
Yeah. So this time Amadeus is actually building the wall in the correct place. He's actually leaving one single hole there for the zombies.
So he's doing the same of the hospitals, letting cleaners every 3 cells or something like
Wait.
that. So he's sure they.
Oh wow! It's also distributing. Yeah, it's also distributing the fumigators. It's like I'm not gonna move them. They're just gonna be there every 3 tiles.
But I don't know if
It's working. I mean, it's kind of working, right? It's like all these farms are being safe because the zombies are to the other side and they're stuck there in that wall, inside
yeah,
that
and he
barrier.
actually built the correct wall.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, right? Because that barrier's gonna bust at around 1500. But well, they have a lot of income. Where's that income going to though? Like, it has so much income. It has so many farms, but it's not working towards a vaccine or anything. Where's that money going to? All that money going to? I'm just
Amadeus
confused.
gets the vaccine,
Amadeus already got the vaccine.
but does
without
nothing
having
with
any
that.
farm. Oh, but it was zombies got closer and killed it before they could actually reach Program James base, and we go to game 3. Yeah, I have to. I'll be here in 20 seconds. So again, this time Program James doesn't seem to have any soldier. Meanwhile, Amadeus seems to have that worker that's surviving there, doing some farm stuff.
Oh, he managed to close himself, but
Oh, but the zombies got in.
Doesn't
So
not-
Amadeus takes the 3rd game and wins 2-1. So, and this goes to the next round. We're gonna go with Interlands against Jordigan. Jordigan is this weird bot that seems to somewhat be able to detect which tiles are infected and which ones are not. Kind of buggy, I think. And in which the base explodes randomly. At least in one game that happened. Not in this one, it seems. So it seems to be able to get all those soldiers, but they're just being killed by the base one by one. They might have to wait a little bit until they can go all in.
So Jordi is sending soldiers with infected no fumigators.
Yeah.
With
Are they
fumigators.
actually
So they
sending like one fumigator for each soldier apparently? Or
yeah, maybe that's not the optimal, but at least the idea it's.
Yeah, it works, right? I mean, they kind of managed to get some of
Yeah.
those soldiers really close to the enemy base.
But
Because as they're waiting, it's doing some hospitals and some units around them just to kill Jordi Grand's units. Because soldiers just go all in. They just get killed by the base. They don't even seem to be attacking the base. They just get. Can you they're just like microing away from the base? They might be seeing like, oh, this base is scary. I just go away after they got in.
but I think they.
Oh,
Yeah.
they got infected.
Oh yeah, they got infected. But yeah, he does correctly the.
It manages to get those soldiers there. The problem is that
they are not attacking. They're like stuck here.
They don't need to be doing lots of work there. They just die by the base.
They just die to the base and one soldier, which shouldn't happen, right? That, not at least. I don't see exactly how many soldiers does he send, but. Oh, they get distracted with the buildings.
Oh, that's why maybe. Maybe they're just not hitting the base. They're just hitting something else, and the base destroyed them. Okay, so Enterrados takes this game since Jordi was not able to hit the base with the soldiers. Let's see what happens in this map. That's a little bit more complicated. No one's building some walls.
So this time the soldiers went through the wrong path.
Oh well, that's
so
it. Wow, they're just one-shotting the zombies. Because now we made that whenever a zombie spawns from the den, it takes like a full turn to move. So they have time to hit it, like to hit it down before the zombie attacks or moves. That's why they were not getting infected. However, those soldiers managed to kill like a large amount of zombies. So if all zombies come at once to both of the bases, I think Jordan might be in a better. Never mind.
yeah, I was thinking the same, but it seemed that
it seemed that yeah, probably like the zombies, even though they were less, they were closer. So his base got destroyed earlier. So Enterrados wins and moves to the next round. And now it's gonna be Tactical Tomatoes against AJ Pass. So we see Tactical Tomatoes painting the map with its colors. Meanwhile, AJ Pass is just waiting there, chilling inside the barrier. So, wow, looking at the length of the game, this seems like a 1500 round game. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm gonna. Well, Tactile Tomatoes
It seems
does
that-
something. He's building his barrier of soldiers. He
Looking at this
spawns a
setup,
zombie
I-
and
I-
sends to the
I
defense.
can be pretty sure that this is just gonna be until around 1500, in which they bust in the barrier. Because, yeah, Tactical Tomatoes probably won't lure the zombies from the enemy base, so they're gonna just be stacked there and they're just gonna go all in 1500.
Seems like
And
that, yes.
Tactical Tomatoes is putting all those soldiers around hospitals, and he can do a pretty solid defense by doing that.
So
And
AC
it's like
pass.
2010, they got all in, and that's it.
So let's advance to game 2. This map, this hard map. Oh, he's sending soldiers to Tactical Tomatoes. IG Pass is managing. Actually, it managed to find the correct path.
I just found out that Andrea actually led the conversations, right? Andrea was just watching here, and he just left. Well, it actually works, I guess. Like AJ Pass is sending soldiers.
I don't know if it
it-
will be
it-
enough because this barrier is pretty solid. Again, 3 soldiers with one
Yeah.
hospital behind, and
Yeah, but are those soldiers managing to hit the base or not? No, never mind. The base is too far away, I think. They're not hitting the base.
yeah. So Tactical Tomatoes takes game 2, and I
Yeah,
think it's a
game
2-0.
It wins 2-0. Let's go with the last game in losers to the Thought Bot against Learned Rust. So again, well, this time Learned Rust is sending like. Apparently, this is done because in early games, apparently some teams would just rush without actually looking at the tiles. So if you actually send a fumigator to mess up with the tiles next to the base, they can just get infected by actually leaving the base. But teams don't seem to be doing this anymore, so I don't know if sending a very early fumigator does any damage at all. Again, Learn Ross is actually building a wall, but the wall is unfinished, so that actually might work in its favor, because the zombies can just go one by one. However, Thoughtbot has a pretty solid defense there, with no hospitals, but a lot of soldiers. If they get infected, it's gonna be huge trouble. But
Yeah,
if
exactly.
if they manage to hold more than Learn Ross, it's fine.
But with this amount of soldiers, you already one-shot zombies, so it's difficult that they get infected.
Well, they're gonna get infected eventually. The thing is that if they can last longer, then
Yeah, but not. They are gonna last longer enough, I think, than just the
Yeah,
barricades.
especially because apparently those units that Learn Ross is creating, they're just becoming zombies and attacking the base
Yeah.
right next to it. So
So
that seems pretty tough.
base is already at half health.
I see. So apparently Thoughtbot only put soldiers at distance 5. That's enough to guarantee that you can one-shot the zombies. So they don't get infected before having the full formation. Yes.
So let's go to
Let's go.
game 2.
So again, both teams are doing what they did last game. Then Ross is actually building farms.
So
They're
barricade.
trying to do a barrier, but it did
Whoa.
like one single barricade, and it's like, okay, that's enough. Oh, never mind. It took down its own barricade. Wait, what?
No.
Did you just go back in time? Oh, wait, what? I don't see them at all.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
never
are.
mind.
Yeah, so
Okay, it's just like your
there's a
screen that's
barricade
kinda
here
messing with me.
with two rows actually of barricades and 3 rows here.
Okay. Oh, I cannot see them at all on the screen. Okay, so apparently there are barricades, so they're inside, and at around 1500 they're gonna bust in. I mean, manages to. Oh well, now this time using that now Thoughtbot got infected, and those soldiers were attacked the base after becoming zombies. So this game is for learn draw, so we have to go to game 3.
So that fumigator has no fear about zombies spawning cities.
It doesn't care.
And another time the
Oh,
soldier
again. But yeah, you got it. Soldier wall.
versus the barricade wall.
Oh, this looks tough. At round 1500, they're gonna go in. This time the soldiers seem to be having way less trouble. Yeah, so thought about takes the game and advances to losers 3. So now we're gonna do a second round of losers,
3.
which is gonna be the losers bracket. Eccentric eggplants against lead squad.
Oh, the Pikachu map.
We kind of like doing some nice drawings in the map sometimes. So, yeah, this is the Pikachu map. There are like a lot of zombies here actually. There are like 4 cities in each of the years, and there's 1 in the eyes. So there's like 10 zombie cities total. So it was pretty rough for both, but they seem to both be holding well. I think that lead squad is sending soldiers that are getting infected and just going back to the base afterwards. So I don't think it's that worth. Meanwhile, eccentric eggplant is just holding off for now.
Maybe way more with attacks.
You know that we changed the formula, so now
he has the vaccine, but does nothing with it. So.
Well, the base is Indian now. Oh, and they all got in and destroyed, and the base got destroyed. So this squad gets game 1. Let's move to game 2. This is actually a very troll map. It's called Unprotected, and by that, as you can see, the bases are getting hit. They cannot hit the zombies until they're adjacent. So the lead squad gets destroyed, and eccentric eggplant advances. Sorry, it doesn't advance actually. We go to game 3. I don't even know the results.
So
let's go to game 3. Oh, this map is actually very troll. Like there are like 5 cities, and they cannot hit them with the base. You have to do something actually. So this map is called Ink because it seems like those things that you have to tell what you see. It was made completely by random. And as you can see, there are like 5 cities, 1 in the middle on top, and there are 2 in the middle and 2 on the bottom. And they seem to be doing a very, very similar strategy in which the base does nothing and just attacks the zombies that come in. It's gonna be like a coin toss, I think. Although the squad base is a little bit hurt, I think. Are they both hurt?
No. 48 out of 50.
Is that going to be the edge that eccentric eggplant needs to win? And yes, because well, like... no, never mind. But it helped. It surely helped. So eccentric eggplants moves to losers 4. Now we go with Mighty Chameleon against Better Jungler in the Pikachu map.
So Mighty Chameleon another time. That's an opening. And this seems the worker, the soldier with some hospital defense.
Oh, those zombies are coming in. A Better Jungler managed to fend them off. However, Mighty Chameleon is gonna have a hard time. They become even stronger and bust in. Oh, never mind. There's a hole, so they actually come in by one. I don't know if it's enough. There's so many cities that they don't seem to be decreasing. Yeah, they just overwhelm Mighty Chameleon, and Better Jungler takes this game. Go with game 2. Unprotected. That's what the map is called. This time around, Mighty Chameleon might have the edge because the base cannot destroy the zombies so easily here.
I think that this hospital is going to mark the difference.
Yeah, but no, it actually that wall worked. Like holding up the zombies until they destroy the other base was enough.
Yeah, so
it's 1-1, I think, or Yeah, it's 1-1. It's 1-1. We have to move to game 3.
Yeah, I'm wondering why this these workers are not infected.
Oh, if they don't move, they don't get infected. They can only get infected by moving, or
Okay.
when someone moves next to them, or when they get hit by an infector or something like that.
So let's go for game 3. So now it's barricades versus soldiers with hospitals. Yeah, soldiers get infected, but since they are adjacent to a hospital, they don't die because the virus.
Oh, there's a lot of sound here. I don't know if you're hearing it. Oh.
The thing is, Mighty Chameleon has 37 soldiers that once one gets infected, all of them get infected. So.
Oh geez, and they're gonna go in at around 1500. This seems very tough.
But wait.
What?
The base is actually here, unprotected.
Yeah, I know we're the hospital. Okay, no, never mind. Then Mighty Chameleon wins because the base just gets destroyed randomly there.
Okay, so
Mighty Chameleon advances to losers 4.
And now Amadeus versus Enterrados in the Pikachu map.
I'm really honest, I didn't actually do this map. I just copied from some. So that was saying internet. I made some of the maps, but this one in particular not.
So Enterrados built a hospital and seems like it's working for him with some.
Yeah, apparently this is a legit strat. Like the thing is that when you build a lot of soldiers, they all get infected if one of them does. Yeah. However, here if you put him next to an hospital and he dies, since it was never infected to begin with, it doesn't transform into zombie. So it works. Like it's only one unit that transforms into zombie and can get easily killed. Although usually when that happens is when zombies get really strong. So I'm not sure. Actually, never mind. It doesn't even get transformed into zombie, so it's fine. It just dies. However, now these units are.
Both of them have the vaccine, so
they
now
can actually move and
yeah,
do
exactly.
Stuff. Amadeus doesn't have any units, so it just gets destroyed. Let's see how it works here. Since both of them rely pretty heavily on the base. Alright, well, Enterrados has some units, so that might actually be what it needs. It has a hospital with adjacent.
It has the hospital and the soldiers.
It actually is working.
Yeah.
But it is getting destroyed, and Enterrados advances to the next round. You can't rely too much on the base, man. It can get obstructed. Tactical Tomatoes against Thoughtbot. Actually, one of the things that we always give in these games is that we always provide with a map editor. So the thing is that we intentionally give only 3 maps at the very beginning of the game, like before the 24-hour challenge. And actually, it's part of the challenge to actually test your bot in maps that you think that might be unfavorable that they appear in the tournament. So yeah, I don't know. It's actually a good tool to use, like to test maps in which you think that your bot is not gonna do so well. You're assuming that the map is gonna have some distance between something or whatever, and it doesn't have them. Oh man, it can happen.
Yes, so
both of them here have a very similar strategy. Although,
but it's a soldier
one has hospitals.
Yeah.
Tactical Tomatoes has hospitals, so it's not that bad if one of them gets killed. However, these zombies are getting pretty close to. Wait, do they have hospitals as well? No, they don't have. They actually
have the vaccine. So Thoughtbot already has the vaccine.
Oh, I see. What they're doing to not get infected is that they're not moving them. However, once they get attacked by zombies, they do get infected and transform into zombies. Yeah.
So Thoughtbot gets the first game. Now let's see. Seems like Tactical Tomatoes is gonna die.
Oh, tough game, yeah. So Thoughtbot gets the second game and wins 2-0 and advances to the next round. Now we're going back to winners. We're going to use the same maps because as we can see, there's no intersection of players. So the first game is going to be Rosa against FaZe in the Pikachu map. And the Rosa sends a very quick fumigator to the enemy base. And is now building some soldiers, are sending them as well. They're having trouble finding the path, but now they're there. No units defending. So they just go in and take it.
Yeah.
And that's first game for Rosa. A pretty solid rush that they don't get infected, and they don't get infected when passing through. This game is tough. The base cannot hold itself very well against these zombies.
Yeah.
And FaZe takes game 2. They got overwhelmed.
So let's go to map 3.
In this map, this would be a little bit easier. Rosa managed. We know that FaZe is just gonna wait until around 5,000. The thing is that Rosa managed to pass through and destroy it very quickly. So Rosa takes also game 3, sorry, and wins 2-1 and advances to the next round. This game is gonna be Felix against Vector 2. So both of the teams are building farms. Actually, Vector 2 is having a pretty solid patch of land there. What distance is that from the base? Seems that it's... I don't know.
Both of them are rushing for the vaccine.
Yeah, both of them are going to the vaccine. Felix team is getting infected there, and maybe it's not realizing it. Oh, never mind. They managed to rebuild the farms. Vector 2 has a lot of soldiers. Sending them towards the enemy base, but Felix already had soldiers there. Seems to be like this. I cannot see very well what's going on in the screen, but they seem to be fighting. Pretty even.
Once they got the vaccine, they advance. But Felix still doesn't have the vaccine. And now.
Oh, Vector 2 is managing to push through, and he got to the enemy base. Will he be able to destroy it? Doesn't seem so. The zombies are getting too strong now. Both teams are struggling now against the zombies now. It's past round 1800. The zombies are pretty strong right now.
Yeah, Felix.
And they destroyed Vector 2's base, and Felix wins the first game. Let's go with the second game.
So both of them managed to survive that early. Both
of them managed to survive early game. Felix is trying to rush the base, but Vector 2 has a pretty solid defense with soldiers.
Yeah.
And actually, Felix base got overrun by zombies, and now it's 1-1. Let's move to game 3, Inc.
So yeah, economy more or less some slightly advantage for Felix. That's some advantage for Felix in this this map, but I think it's going well. No, the vaccine also for both it's pretty equal.
Seems that Felix also builds a smaller patch of land than Vector 2.
So the advantage of resources is for killing more zombies, right?
Vector 2 is managing to defend somehow. Oh, they both got infected pretty badly. No, Felix got infected again. Meanwhile, Vector 2 has a vaccine and is rushing the enemy base. Oh, those risky strategies. And Vector 2 actually gets game 3 and advances to the next round. So now it's going to be anti-vax kids against the F team. The Pikachu map. So as we can see, it seems that anti-vax kids builds like a very large patch of farms there as well. They're putting vaccines. They're rushing the vaccine pretty quickly. They're already building laboratories. and they don't seem to spend too much effort trying to attack as opposed to the other teams. Although, okay, they got infected somehow.
Yeah, and they got infected. While
However, it seems that these teams are able to detect when that happens, and they just reset. And they can build it again. It's actually pretty solid. Team is still waiting with the troops. Meanwhile, anti-vax kid already has the vaccine, and I was like rushing to kill all those zombies. Actually, killing zombies early on when they're weak, it reported a lot of money, and they actually made it so that make it so that your base don't get rushed afterwards, like get overwhelmed by all those zombies when they become stronger.
So since this time, this defense is also
yeah, this defense is actually working against anti-vax kids' attack.
Yeah.
Didn't they build an infector? It would be really solid here. If they infect one of those soldiers, it's all over for the FT.
Yeah, at this round, you don't know if the other one has the vaccine also.
Yeah,
so...
it's pretty risky to build an infector because you don't know what the opponent is doing. The opponent may as well have the vaccine as well.
Maybe worth a try for sure.
Oh, but they got infected, and now the anti-vax it win. Having the vaccine it's such a good thing to have. Like the vaccine is such a good thing to have in later stages, because if one of your soldiers get infected, that's it. It's over. Oh, here they seem to have problems. They expanded too much and attracted the zombies, and they're rushing the base.
So in this map, seems that the top later bots are struggling a lot more than just the ones that build the fence and.
This map was kind of unexpected. That like you usually assume that your base can defend you, but here the base is pretty much useless. Now this map is a little bit more standard in the sense, like zombies spawn far from the base and you can do your stuff. So we can see both teams. The F team is building its soldiers. Meanwhile, anti-vax is actually building some economy and going to the vaccine pretty quickly. Managed to hold off against the zombies. They actually managed to attract more zombies into the enemy base, and if they manage to kill them without losses, it's actually good for the economy. They report 25 gold, 25 toilet paper, which is the resource actually. Keep forgetting. They got the vaccine now, so now they're free to move around the map without worrying. However, there are a lot of zombies, but they managed to get through. Oh, they used the infector and they infected all the time. They actually won because of that infector. Like the infector actually, like if you see, that single infector there just carried the whole game. It just went there. It infected this unit and it infected all the soldiers and they just died and destroyed the base. They don't even have to do anything.
So basically in these rounds, all the soldiers die and just rest.
We're saying that we needed to buff infectors, man. This is crazy. Okay.
So 2-1 for anti-vax kids. Let's move to...
And this is the final game of Winners 3, which is AIC2020 against Fernando Simon.
Perfect.
So again, we have like Fernando Simon is building a wall of soldiers with farms inside. While AIC2020 is like, I don't care about this virus. I'm just going to build hospitals all over the place. I'm not going to get infected.
Yeah, but remember that he only does 2 workers, so if they get trapped or something like that, or at least... No, but this time he has 11 workers, so it's 13. So
I don't know what's going on. But apparently it builds workers the more it expands. So if you get to a point in which you cannot expand, you don't build more workers.
Okay.
You don't expand anymore. I mean, it does seem so, because otherwise why would you make so many farms for only 2 workers?
Yeah. So both of them are more
it
or less...
actually works like they're pretty equal, but probably that's because the farms are not being counted into your economy, and that the fact that Kenny has so many farms means that it can just it just like build farms.
Now it's 2 times more. Yeah, already. It was when I said at the beginning, but not now.
Oh, I see. So the thing is that now Kenya has such a large economy that he can just produce like so many soldiers at the same time, and now overwhelming Fernando Simon's base, and they managed to take it. So that's game 1 for Kenya 2020. Now let's gonna see what happens in this map. Oh, they got screwed. They got screwed by the zombies. Maybe this map is too troll. Oh, but Fernandsimon actually manages to survive. Oh, never mind. You have to get out of that place. That place is very tough. The zombies just spawn right next to you. You don't see them because they're obstacles. Fernandsimon takes the second game. Let's go with the third game in ink.
So thanks to that troll map, this is the round that more 2-1s have, I think.
I'm sorry for that, man. But I mean, that's what happens, right? You're relying too much on the base. The base can get trolled by the map. Actually, that happens sometimes in Windmill. In Windmill, that was a map in which the base couldn't see some of the tiles. I mean, it could see them. It could not attack them. And zombies were able to sneak by and hit the base pretty early on. But this was extreme. Like, here you have a lot of zombie cities nearby, and the base can't do anything about it.
So
Again, we're both...
Fernandsimon just builds the soldier defense, seems like, in a perimeter, more or less safe from the base. I mean, he knows they are not infected.
AIC2020 is doing his hospital expansion.
Yeah, exactly.
Building like a lot of economy. It's halfway through the vaccine.
And
but it didn't matter. Apparently, Fernandsimon got infected somehow. I didn't see actually. I was just looking at the numbers. So AIC2020 advanced to the next round.
So if you look at this round, 2-1, 2-1, 1-2, 2-1, 2-1.
No, not a single solid victory here. Close games. So it's gonna be Felix against Eccentric Eggplant. This map is called Cross the Road because it reminds of the typical game that you have to jump, like you have to avoid the cars going in each lane. Have you ever played that game? I'm just too old. And Eccentric Eggplants only have the base.
Yeah, so Ivan, if you want to know what they are saying in chat about your map, that map is truly chaotic evil.
Oh well. Yeah, I'm reading comments.
So
I mean,
sorry.
Yes. I didn't see what happened here, but apparently Eccentric Eggplants wins because Felix got infected.
Yeah. So one infection ruins all
so many soldiers without a vaccine is risky if you actually don't have a very, very solid way to detect infections. And yeah, all the army of Felix got infected. Now we're going with game 2. This is called Hex, I think. There are like 6 cities put in the middle. You have to go through them to get to the enemy base. But actually Felix managed to put some soldiers past all these things. However, it didn't finish the enemy base. Trying to send more. And now, trying until it does it. So Felix wins game 2. It's 1-1. Let's go with game 3. This is called... I don't remember what this map was called, but I don't know. It's a pretty standard map. There's a little bit of pathfinding that you have to do, not much. There are like very few zombies. Felix managed to put a lot of units right next to the enemy base and takes it. So Felix wins 2-1 and advances to the next round. Let's go with the second game. Phase against Mighty Chameleon. Second, we see Mighty Chameleon doing that weird incomplete wall. Oh, but they got infected inside.
Yeah, they got infected.
They're infected tiles inside, and I think that Mighty Chameleon assumes that inside the wall it's free from infection, I think. Oh, never mind, it's not even spawning units.
He managed to make a fumigator and try something, but doesn't work this time, seems. And this is
that fumigator is excellent.
Phases building. Oh, so he got the vaccine. Mighty Chameleon also stops the vaccine at 3,000 instead of 5,000.
Oh, really? That's hard-coded as well. Wait, why? There's a class with it's called Game Constant that has all that. Like, and it updates with the game whenever we change the specs. So in this game again, Mighty Chameleon is doing that sort of wall there, putting some soldiers in the opening.
He has some farms, but since we have seen, he's just going to build the soldier wall So maybe that's not worth it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they got infected, and it's gonna be. Oh, it's not. It survived, but not for long, probably, because
Yeah, so
when
now it
they.
comes to a base
Some of the
rush.
zombies are getting in, so that's better than a standard wall. Ooh, what is going on? Oh, all those zombies at the same time. Oh, and Medicamine actually wins because of the soldiers that FaZe was sending to the enemy
Yeah.
team. They lured all those zombies and just bring them to the base.
Yeah, exactly. So all these zombies saw these soldiers coming. So okay. So 1-1. Let's go to game 3. So we need a clean map, no zombies, just 1 versus 1. We cannot do that, guys. So because the games can take forever, then
they're already like putting our server into so much stress with so many friendly games. And the FaZe wins.
yeah.
Destruction.
So FaZe advances 2-1 to the next round.
It's gonna be Fernando Simón against Enterrados. Enterrados sends like a lonely fumigator in the middle. Fernando Simón is building its base around its base and putting soldiers. It actually keeps track of which tiles are infected. It's not stepping into those tiles even though they're pretty close to the base.
Because so
however, it doesn't seem to be purchasing the vaccine anymore. It seems to be wasting the money on farms. Oh, never mind. It got
both
the
of them have the vaccine, so
it got the vaccine. It got the vaccine. So I cannot see the numbers very well.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
So yeah, Fernando Simón takes this game. Let's go to game 2.
Maybe we should change the colors a little more, so or at white.
Or maybe make it a little bit bigger for the for the viewer of the tournament, because we actually don't need the console because we're not debugging. We're just like watching games. Oh, both have effective defenses.
So hospital defense, and here is just soldier defense. Fernando Simón got the vaccine, so now it starts moving. Yeah, this is kind of each round I allow my soldiers to go one. Something like that. Yeah, seems like the base is in trouble.
And
he wins 2-0 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2-0.
And now F team against Thoughtbot. They both defend very, very similarly, right?
Yeah,
they put
soldier
soldiers
defense.
there. No one is anyone building hospitals? I cannot see it from here.
They are not building anything. Just
they're just like wishing.
Worker, spawner, well, barracks, yeah.
Oh,
and then
the F team actually makes a little larger.
Yeah.
Like a little larger cluster of
both of them has the vaccine, so this should be better. Oh, he's moving. He's going to start moving. Oh no.
Yeah, this takes like 2,000 rounds. Oh my god. Because they both have the vaccine, but they don't attack. So
yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be tough for the zombies to actually get in. They have to be like really strong.
Seems like Dotbot is gonna lose this.
Bot is actually having the short end of the stick here.
Yeah.
Never mind. No, it wins. FVLABC actually got overrun by the zombies. So again, they're both doing their defenses. It seems that the F team knows when it's infected and when it's not, because it's not doing the full. Oh no, never mind. It is doing the full formation. So I guess we can.
Yeah, we can skip this.
Let's put it in the end when they start having trouble.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
They both seem to have like a very, very huge wall of meat. However, yeah,
Takes this long.
the F thing was much bigger. Please don't take that as a badly. And
So
that allows it to defend from zombies.
losers 5 game draw. Yeah.
So now let's go with losers 5.
Felix
I imported
versus
this
Face.
map back from. I imported this map back from the 2018 finals. We used this map, I think, the Vegeta map. It took me a lot of time, so I can reuse it as many times as I want. That's why it's going so slow. I actually cannot even run these maps in my shitty laptop. So
yeah, and I'm
luckily,
scared that my laptop it's going to crash another time or something like that because
it seems that FaZe is waiting for what's gonna happen. Meanwhile, Felix is actually building his army and pushing some of the soldiers right next to the base. I don't know if they're finding the way though. They're going back to the zombies. Not sure what they're doing. And I cannot actually see very well what's going on. I only see like very
Pau MB64. I don't remember if it was 1-1, but
no, this is the first game.
No, yeah, but he's telling about the previous game that maybe we skipped some game. I don't remember now, so
We skip some game.
I don't know.
I mean,
we can do this and check later. But
my cat is actually asking.
dot vote to 1 me. Okay, so we skip 1 then. Yeah.
Oh, it seems that Felix actually managed to get through. I didn't know what happened. I couldn't see the soldiers. But apparently they got there and destroyed the base.
Yeah, Felix is proactively trying to destroy the other one's base, so he does.
I see. And the thing is that I'm not watching the stream. I'm watching like some... I think that's like way worse quality than the stream. So... This map is called the Zoo. And it's because... it's because there's so many zombies inside those cells. They cannot go out, so you can actually ignore them, but you might not know that you can ignore them, so it can be pretty scary. They're also on the outside.
I mean, Facebook is... He doesn't care. If he can shoot, he shoots.
He doesn't care, but maybe Felix does care.
Yeah, but
I see so many units getting run out of bytecode. I think this might be... it might be because of the zombies.
Yeah, exactly, because they are sensing too much soldiers for enemy units that they run out of bytecode.
Oh well, we have some troll maps distributed. We tried not to put some.
We have some troll maps for players and for my computer actually. So.
Oh yeah, this actually might be hurting. There's so many units being executed. Ace is chilling there.
So seems that Felix doesn't get infected like some past times. Oh, he did.
Well, it does get infected.
Yeah, it does.
However, and actually, Thoughtbot has made his strategy. He doesn't even care about the zombies that are right next to the base. So it takes the first game. Game 2 is actually a pretty rush-friendly game, but there are like 3 zombie cities in each side, so there are quite a amount of zombies there.
So seems like Felix.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, seems like Felix has a very good bot at rushing to the enemy base, so he tends to win this kind of maps. Okay, so Felix.
Wait, 1-1. It's 1-1. Game 3.
Really? No, it's game 3. Really, it's 2-1. Not this time.
Oh, true. I forgot about the first game. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's 2-1 for Felix.
Okay, so he advances, and yeah, actually we skipped 1 game in the FBLI VC versus Dotbot.
We skipped 1 game?
Yeah, we skipped 1 game.
That's it.
Should we go back and check that game? We can.
I mean, actually we can, right? You can go
Yeah, I can.
previous match. Okay, yeah, let's watch that final game and let's move with the next game later. Next, right?
So you always already know who wins, but
Again, it was good to see the game. We're gonna upload the games anyways. Time.
so same defense.
It's funny because like the only difference is almost like F does like a larger
Yeah.
wall of soldiers.
But they start moving now.
But they also have a worker with some stuff that they farm on.
Yeah.
So they actually get the vaccine pretty early on, even though they have more soldiers.
But doesn't
let's
make a
see,
difference here.
Oh, they're
Yeah. So.
Oh, how did they manage to perform worse than Thoughtbot? Well,
because
I don't know.
they are not all together, right? They have spaces between them while they.
Oh, I see. The zombie just takes them one by one.
Yeah, exactly.
And they split. So Thoughtbot actually takes the game. Yep.
So yeah, sorry
So
for that mistake.
We can go back to the present.
Exactly.
So we saw this game.
2-1
Now we're
for
Fernando
Phoenix.
Simon against Thoughtbot. I don't know what's going on because I cannot see anything.
So
As you can see, there are 8 zombie cities.
Fernando Simon has some economy build, while Dotbot just soldier defense. Since zombies are moving random, they don't find anything.
I'm really surprised that a computer can actually stream and also these maps.
Yeah, I don't want to see the CPU sides right now because it's.
Well, they're both doing what they do best. Like Thoughtbot is actually defending with all the soldiers right next to the base, while Fernando Simon is actually doing a wall and having all those soldiers and having all that. Sorry, all those workers and laboratories inside. They start building the vaccine right now.
Yeah,
Might
exactly.
be over. Like it
Fernando
might be
Simon
completed in like
invest something.
400 rounds or
Dotbot,
so.
I think Dotbot also, but he just spend everything when he has the money. I mean,
Yeah, it just waits for 5,000 toilet paper probably.
so let's advance this a little bit. So Fernando
until
Simon get the
actually-
vaccine. Whoa.
It seems that when they get the vaccine, even the workers get crazy and they go out and start building farms all over. I know
Yeah.
it's that much worth, right? Because that farmer just built so many farms that are getting unused. But whatever, like they have so many soldiers. However, Thoughtbot also has a lot of soldiers. So let's see if he can manage to break through.
It's funny that Dotbot actually give more than what he needs to for the vaccine. So it's like he's spending everything of the round or something like that. Just
Oh yeah, he probably is like, if I have the money to pay the vaccine,
Yeah.
just give all the money.
Soviet soldiers blue marching on Berlin, 1945, colorized.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, and it's funny, like they're not like surrounding the enemy base; they're surrounding their own base. Apparently, they cannot advance more than like to make them all go all together. The distance is capped by the distance to their base, not to the enemy base.
But in these very large maps, these guys.
Yeah, it seems weird because the soldiers on the bottom clearly are not doing anything right now.
Yeah, exactly. So
But they're getting in and they destroy the base anyways because they have such like they just have so many soldiers. For Fernando Simon, let's go with the second game. Let's see what they do with this amount of zombies in the map.
okay, so let's go for the thumb.
This map is totally this map is totally legit. I actually thought about this map for the challenge 24,
So-
but I was like, I'm gonna put it on sprint.
So you beat a zoo of zombies and you actually skip some cities that can attack you. Come on.
Yeah, they're like there's always some zombies that can attack you.
Yeah,
Like,
of
you're
course.
never gonna beat this joint with the zombies. But you're disjoined here with 99% of the zombies. Yeah, they seem also to have some problems with bytecode.
Yeah,
Seeing so many
exactly.
zombies. They're like, oh my god, what is this?
So this happens because you have probably a for each enemy and or unit, and that many units. It's not normal, not something that you.
Ah. Well, you can watch the zombies. That doesn't seem to have any problem.
I think our
They're
chat
moving
is...
now. They're going to the enemy base, but they're getting bytecode exceeded.
Yeah, exactly. I think chat is having fun, making lots of jokes.
Oh, what are they saying? Come on. It is not our problem.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Work on bytecode.
So...
Oh, I see. In the stream, you can see it way better than what I can see it here. I sometimes don't even see the units. Oh, they're managing to get through. Although this formation is kind of uglier than last one. I think it's because of the bytecode. Like, they're having kind of trouble there. Like, they're wasting one of every 2 turns.
So, yeah, Fernando Simon had more soldiers and more economy, but sending soldiers this way is not the optimal, not to get stomped.
Well, and also they're also like losing one of every 2 turns because of bytecode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this game is for thought bot.
So it's 1-1 actually.
It's 1-1 the next game. I don't even know the results or whatever. if I see something wrong, it's because I just don't forget the game that we just played. So here, they already managed to finish the vaccine. They're attacking. They break through and they actually won this game and they pass to the next round. So Fernando Simon gets to the next round.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went pretty early on. So those, even though there were 3 zombie cities, they weren't getting, like, things weren't getting too complicated. So we're now with winner semifinals. The first game is gonna be Rosa against Vector 2 in this Vegeta map. Oh, you're gonna be running so many
seems
games.
that in this game the strategy for ledge maps is not near close to the one that you want in close or small maps, right? So
yeah, it seems so. Because it seems that finding your way to the enemy is pretty tough. Because even if you keep sending troops, these zombies are just gonna get in the way and they're gonna block your path.
Yeah, exactly.
So Rosa's gonna have a tough time to get to Vector 2. Vector 2 doesn't seem to care. He doesn't need base, and actually seems to be doing better.
Vector 2 started investing in the vaccine.
It's already building some
some laboratories, yeah. While Rosa is spending everything she has.
I'm wondering what's the meaning of the name of the team. It seems like one of these sketchy names, but I don't get it.
So Vector 2
Vector 2 got infected somehow, but it still has labs, so it's actually going. It's actually. Oh, it is, but
he can survive the attack of Rosa.
I see. With no units, there's no way. I don't see the units. I don't know what's going on. In that map, I cannot see the blue units in that map. So here, bytecode exceeded. That seems very tough. A lot of bytecode exceeded. Oof.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, apparently Vector 2 is doing better. At least not getting bytecode exceeded. Using a lot of bytecode though. Well, it does get bytecode exceeded sometimes if it gets too close to the zombie.
So.
But not as much as Rosa. Every single unit is getting bytecode. Wait, it's getting bytecode by 2 turns. Wait. It's using like 60,000 bytecode. I wonder what kind of bytecode they use.
Are you sure about that?
I think so. Look, like just stop in 1 round.
Okay, so
So they got
Oh, yeah.
overrun by zombies. But just look at that. Just take one round and look at the bytecode of one unit.
So we were here in the middle.
Yeah, just check that unit. It's like 20,000.
60,000.
Okay, 20.
Oh yeah, more than one.
Yeah, 20. It's losing 2 rounds. So it plays 1 round and loses 2 because of bytecode. That's.
I thought it's more than 2.
Usually that
one,
doesn't
2,
usually happen.
3,
So that means that
4, 5,
every zombie must get in process
6.
getting so much bytecode for a zombie.
Yeah, but he's seeing a lot of zombies that it's not a thing that
Not many.
they are used to, right? So
Guess. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't expect to have so many zombies, but the thing is that if you usually use less than 20,000, but looking at 40 zombies, you suddenly use like 60,000. It's probably because every zombie is using.
so what you
like,
can do in
analyzing
this
each
kind
zombie is taking so much bytecode.
what you can do in this type of situation is just getting the closer ones. I mean, I think the engine returns in order of proximity the
Yeah,
units,
that's true.
so you can stop if you are getting too much, you can stop the 4. So you will do your micro based on the closer ones to you, which is, I think it's better than losing 4 turns just with some information that you won't use because
Yeah, that's true. Like the engine returns the zombies in order in distance, following some kind of like spiral. We have it hard coded there in the engine. So if you actually stop because of bytecode, you're actually analyzing the closest zombies, which is fine, I guess.
Yeah, it's not optimal, of course, but at least you can do something and move accordingly. So it's 1-1.
And Rosa is a rush team, and this is a very, very friendly map for rush. As we can see, they're putting all their soldiers next to the enemy base. However, they managed to fend it off.
Yeah. Seems like Bator survived that, and Rosa now is trying to build another time the economy.
However, it manages to, with the second attack, put everything there and actually managed to secure the win with the second attack. So Rosa passes to the next round, and Victor goes to loser's bracket. So let's go with the other semifinal. It's gonna be Anti-Vax Kids against AIC2020. Don't worry, this is the last game in this map. So both are doing a very similar strategy right now. They're just building around the base. Apparently, Anti-Vax Kids goes way farther than Kanye does. Apparently, Kanye is really scared of not being close to a hospital. So they're like, oh well, a very tiny farm.
Anti-vax Kids.
They're starting to build toward the vaccine, I think. They already built a lab.
He built some lab. Yeah, this one. Yeah, just one. Now, and Kane seems like 2 hospitals, 3 hospitals.
Oh, it's kind of stuck, right?
Not really. He's.
Oh no, it's actually building farms.
Yeah, and he built a 4th one. So.
Oh, it's slowly expanding. And actually, Anti-Vax Kids got hit by some zombies there and lost some of the farms.
Background PC and fan noise intensifies. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's.
I cannot really.
Okay. But I sure heard it. So.
Well, I cannot run this game in my PC. I can only run it with the online viewer. Look at those soldiers there with with that aggressive hospital. Oh, they actually now. It's so close to the city. Oh, but can you actually manage to build so many hospitals? Meanwhile, Anti-Vax Kids having trouble. They're getting overrun by zombies. They couldn't expand.
Yeah, another time he's using the strategy of not moving his troops so they don't get infected even if he doesn't have.
Well, they do get infected if they get hit by a zombie.
Yeah, exactly. But for these rounds, 3 soldiers in a line, it's enough for actually he has the base hitting them.
And how is the vaccine for Kanye? I cannot see the numbers.
Yeah, 3,000.
That's for anti-vaxxer, right?
Yeah, sorry, 2,000 and a half, now 3,000.
So actually, anti-vax is making more progress toward the vaccine than Kanye is doing.
That's because zombies, I guess. Because
Yeah,
not for farm, sure. So Kane has a lot of farms, but also a lot of empties. Not use them. Like
they're not using the
there is no
farms.
workers here getting them. So
They should probably build more workers.
Farms are not cheap.
Now,
So
apparently they got the vaccine, so they're now like going to the enemy base. They're producing so many soldiers. I don't know how many they have. I cannot read the number. Anti-vax kit has less than 10.
Yeah, almost 70. Now 70 soldiers.
70 soldiers, but they're getting
versus 20.
Getting distracted by zombies. Oh, the infector doesn't do anything.
Yeah, the infector does not anything because anti-vax kids already got the vaccine, so arrived a little bit too late.
I see. And those units are getting smashed against the wall of soldiers.
Yeah, I cannot speed it up. Yeah, I'm trying, but I can't. So I'm sorry because the maps are very big.
The stream plus recording the games plus this huge map.
I can advance it, so we can sit faster. And this is very close, right? Both of them hold well, everything.
Anti-vax kids actually fought well against the zombie.
So game 2.
Game 2 in this map. It's getting slowly infested by zombies. Happens with the biker of the teams.
Yeah, for now everything goes well.
Yeah, for now they're doing well.
Seems like they track actually. No, they don't.
Oh, I got problems.
But not for Kenya. I mean, he doesn't get out of boycott, so he probably does something.
Or he probably just ignores the zombies. They're like, I'm in a hospital, whatever.
Oh yeah, that maybe. So let's advance a little bit because we already know how they move, how they behave. So both of them are going to invest in vaccine. Anti-vax Kids has 3,000 already. And Kane just expands and expands with hospitals and labs. So bytecode problems.
Oops. That means that they're not going to be shooting every round.
Yeah, exactly.
And AIC2020 actually advances from the other side and takes the win.
So 1-1, and now
1-1, and we're gonna go with this last map.
Yeah, so these maps go faster if I want, but this is not the one going fast.
It is the one that
also,
doesn't last too much.
There was an infector there.
Oh, that infector.
But it was getting.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they're next to.
Yeah, because they are all of them next to hospitals.
It's anti-infector strat.
So actually that was fine, right? So early infector that gets to the other side of the map and infects the enemy, but this didn't work this time because the strategy.
In my local test, infectors were pretty solid. It seems that anti-vax kids has so many soldiers, it's breaking through and actually managed to conquer the enemy base. So it's a pretty solid win for anti-vax.
The infector didn't work, but soldiers did the work.
And they also get to winners finals. So now let's go with losers semifinals. And that'd be AIC2020 against Felix.
So typical map where zombies come from one side, the enemy from the other.
Yeah. This map is called Deathmatch. Because you're pushed to the enemy team. Unless you want to face the zombies. Apparently they both want to face the zombies. Like, Felix has all his troops facing the zombies. You know, like AIC2020 is putting his typical expansion with hospitals. Seems that Felix farms the zombies.
Yeah, economy holds pretty equal, so both of them are more or less equal. Seems that Felix has more advancement for the vaccine, maybe that makes it the difference.
That even counted? I think it's not counted for this number.
Yeah, exactly. So Felix should be better, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but he got infected another time. Seems like
he
gets
infected. Oh my god, there's so
and
many
then he loses
there.
everything he had.
Ooh, and Kenny gets this game. It's a random infection.
So let's go for game 2.
His second game is called Labyrinth. And it's actually a pretty troll game. It's probably the other very troll game match. Wait. that infection was very, very, very close to get to the base in its first attempt.
Yeah.
Soldiers are having a hard time to get to the enemy base. You know, Kanye doesn't seem to care.
So yeah, what we said before, Felix was very good at doing rush strategies, but this kind of map seems like he struggles. And Kane is kind of strange because he only builds hospitals for moving, so he may take a lot of time to arriving to the other side of the map.
I think it sends soldiers though when it has the vaccine.
Oh yeah, when he has the vaccine, he just sends soldiers.
As we can see now, there's so many zombies that are in Kanye's side, in the rightmost part of the map. If they get all at the same time, they're gonna have a very tough time to fence them off. Meanwhile, Felix seems to have way more soldiers. Wait, maybe I'm not seeing the blue soldiers.
So 40 to 76. Felix has 76 soldiers.
I see. Oh, but the zombies are getting through the other side. They're busting in. Can they get in actually? No, they didn't. The soldiers of Kanye actually fence them off.
Yeah, so both of them are holding the soldiers pretty well. And
they cannot get to the enemy team. They don't know how to advance.
Yeah, exactly. So pathfinding in this map is very important. Now zombies are becoming really strong. I mean,
well, they're getting very strong, and not only they're getting very strong, but also they're spawning way more often. You remember that we changed the formula, and now it's exponential. So now it's after around 2000, it grows huge. And Felix is having trouble there, but it fends them off. Now it's Kanye who has trouble, and they actually take the base. So Felix takes this game, and it's 1-1. So we go with game 3 on the donut map. I spent lots of time yesterday doing all those maps. This time, my teammates abandoned me, and I had to do them all by myself. So if you see troll maps, it's probably because of frustration.
Seems like this time Felix finished.
Yeah, Felix managed to rush.
Yeah.
This has a very simple path. Like this map was very easy to get the way to the enemy base.
So yeah,
and
for sure,
wins
Felix
2-1 and advances to loser 7. In the other side of the bracket, we have Vector 2 against Fernando Simon.
Yeah, I'm thinking about restarting the client because it's
sure. I think it may have some leaks.
Yeah,
I have to close it and open it sometimes to watch games. Yeah, sure. Just go. Yeah, just reset the client.
So we are at losers 6, 6-2.
Just remember not to be very excited about clicking next and stopping where it should.
Okay, so next round. So losers 5, winners 4, winners 5, losers 6, and just Felix advances. So we are here. Yeah, better now. So let's continue. Or not really.
Oh, sure. I'm scared. So this is Vector 2 against Fernando Simon. We know what both teams do. Vector 2 actually builds like some economy near the base, but it doesn't even build a wall of soldiers. However, Fernando Simon does that. Apparently in this map, both are getting the same income because of zombies, since they have pretty clear like their own cities, and they just go to the base and get destroyed, and they win that money.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to farm the zombies.
So they are having a nice discussion, I think. What do you think, Ivan? They're saying that I don't quite see the benefits of hospitals. Maybe it's units gaining immunity after being healed, and hospital spam is kind of trash, but you waste tons of economy. So is that true?
I'm not sure. They'll see. I made my own tests, and I think the game is pretty well balanced. But who knows? I mean, I can just test that much, you know.
So
apparently
actually,
Vector 2 already has
Yeah.
a vaccine at round 800, and while the base is fencing off those zombies, they're trying to get in. Oh, what? They burst in Fernando Simon's wall, and they actually outnumbered it, and they get into the base and they destroyed it. So they take game 1.
So this game
go with-
was just a micro game, I think, more or less. So 20 soldiers versus 20 soldiers, 15, and just Vector 2 won that.
I think they probably also have more soldiers incoming as well, because they.
Oh yeah,
Well, I don't know.
maybe yes.
Oh, this map. Let's go. So, way to the enemy base. This map is called Labyrinth for obvious reasons. So, well, they're both defending. They don't seem to care about the Labyrinth at all. And they seem to have a very, very similar economy and a very, very similar number of farms.
Yeah.
Vector 2 is already very close to getting the vaccine, right? It's
Vector
halfway
2 is
through.
faster getting the vaccine. Fernando Simon does some more soldiers, so some tiny difference there.
Oh, now Vector 2 got the vaccine. They're trying to get their way, but
Will they manage to?
Oh, they're getting confused. At least they're killing the zombies, I guess. Yeah, they cleaned all those zombies that could become a problem.
Fernando
later.
Simon got the vaccine. Oh, but it's the bot that
Oh,
makes...
it got there. Oh, but it got instantly killed. Never mind. And then we have like those.
Yeah.
Those two cities surrounded by soldiers.
So it's the bot that only allows to advance, right? So.
Oh wait, look at that worker. He's building so many farms. I don't know if that's worth. Like they're just like, oh yeah, we have the vaccine. We're free to move.
No, but they're doing that because
everywhere.
like I think it's like getting terrain with soldiers. So they are advancing towards the enemy base. So I think he assumes he has this space already cleaned by the soldiers passing before.
Oh, I see. Well, it seems to have like a little, like very, very few workers to work all that land.
Yeah.
Oh,
now he has some passing through that and getting now.
Oh, they're getting there. They're getting there.
So this seems better for Fernando Simon, right?
Yeah, it seems they seem to have a lot more of economy, actually because of that crazy worker farming all that stuff. And it seems to have way more soldiers as well. However, they don't quite seem to get there, but they manage to defend better, and it wins this second game. So we're gonna go with game 3 now. In the donut. very equal again. They are very, very similar teams, I think. Like, maybe Vector 2 gets the vaccine earlier because they don't put so many soldiers.
Yeah.
They have like
Another time
seven
is
soldiers,
15
I
to
cannot
7,
remember.
so. And also, he got the vaccine much earlier than Fernando Simon.
And now he got the vaccine, now it's fighting. However, it manages to go through. Oh, I think I know why this happens. Actually, if you like, I've done several tests, and actually not moving the soldiers is pretty bad against people that know what they're doing. So apparently, like, they have a very similar amount of soldiers, but apparently Vector 2's micro is a little bit better. The thing is that if you don't move your soldiers, what a soldier can do is it moves in and attacks. Now the enemy soldier attacks, but then you attack and move out, and if the enemy soldier does not move, you're getting 2 hits by 1. So if you're not moving, you actually are pretty screwed against people that have good micro. Like you move in, attack, and then move out attacking, so you hit twice by 1 hit of the opponent.
So
I think that's what happened.
It's the micro things that changes the outcome.
But
right?
look at what Vector 2 is doing. Apparently, it's going in. Like these soldiers are are staying there. So they move in, they attack, and then they attack and move out. So they get 2 hits for 1 of the enemy.
Yeah. So Vector 2.
So Vector 2 gets this game and advances to the next round. So now we're in losers finals, which is Felix against Vector 2. Vector 2 seems to have a way larger area of farms. However, yeah, Felix also has some good economy deal there.
The thing is that we only micro when we have the vaccine, by chance. Oh, he was commenting from the previous game.
Oh, I see. I mean, staying in the same position, it works against zombies because they're not very smart. But against a smart player, they can actually like outsmart standing units very easily. Oh, Felix got infected.
Yeah, Felix another time got infected.
And everything turned into zombie. Apparently, Felix has some problems with infection. There are some cases that it's not detecting when he's getting infected, and the whole team gets infected.
Exactly.
And actually, that allows for Vector 2 to rush the base and win the first game. We're going with the second game. This is actually also a pretty troll map. It's called alternate because it's one mountain, one not mountain.
Yeah, so
there's a mountain every other.
I was thinking about doing this map for the challenge, 24-hour challenge, but then I discarded it for obvious reasons. But
the thing about sorry.
No, I mean that seems that you don't have that type of. I mean, I was thinking about letting it for the last tournament, not for this one, but it's okay.
I see. It's not an original map. We do some similar maps in previous versions of the game as well. Apparently, Felix is getting rushed a little bit harder than Vector 2. Not hit. However, it doesn't seem to be. Oh, both bases are getting. The thing about this map is that if you don't see the zombies until they're in your face, so they infect you. And yeah, Felix got rushed before Vector 2, and Vector 2 advances to the next round.
Yeah.
So this makes us back to winners finals with Rosa against anti-vax kids. So again, go in this map stars. Doing something similar. Rosa is actually moving all their units to the enemy base. Oh, they got an infector there. That's scary. It died.
Yeah, it died, right? I was like.
I know I died though. I cannot see the units, but it died somehow. But there is something. Oh, anti-vax kids seem to get infected. They lost all their units. Rosa seems to have a pretty solid bot against infection. Yeah, and managed to rush in. Like I've never seen Rosa getting infected. So Yeah, they get the first game, so let's advance to game 2. This map. I think they're both having troubles because they only build 2 farms. Anti-vax builds 4. Bytecode problems as well.
Yeah, but in this map it shouldn't happen, right? So not that many zombies this time.
Maybe this map is just too troll.
So in this map, building barracks maybe it's worth.
Yeah, in this map actually the barracks are worth. Barricades, I mean.
Yeah.
Building barricades are worth.
Barricades.
The zombies are just rushing in and rushing in and rushing in non-stop. And they take also the second game, so anti-vax kids. Oh, never mind, it's 1-1.
It's 1-1, right?
Rosa 1, anti-vax kids 1. Let's go with the second game. So apparently Rose is trying to rush, but Antivax has a pretty solid line of defense, and also zombies are coming from behind. So Antivax is gaining a little bit more ground. They have a little bit better economy, and Rosa cannot seem to burst in because they have like both these micro that they're not willing to go in. Oh, but they have an infector that was, well, it didn't matter, I think. And now we're just gonna defend.
While they're gonna defend, right?
Yeah, apparently they defend now. Do they even build hospitals? No, it doesn't seem so. But they're both defending, and anti-vax kids has the vaccine, I think, right? Do they have it? Yeah, they have the vaccine.
It hasn't.
So I think they have a pretty solid edge right now because.
So, but I'm kind of curious because Rosa changed the strategy in the middle, right?
I'm not sure. I think if it doesn't succeed, I think Rosa is putting all the eggs in one basket in the sense that if the Rushes doesn't succeed, it doesn't have that much of a plan B. Because without a vaccine, you're pretty much gonna lose against zombies earlier than anyone with vaccine.
So anti-vax.
So anti-vax kids take this game, and they advance to winners grand finals. To losers. Oh, actually, this was losers finals.
No,
it's Rosa. Now it's losers finals, which is Rosa against Vector 2. Yeah. This first game that's called Smash Bros. They seem to be rushing the enemy base. However, I wonder how they perform against these teams like Vector 2 that have a very solid defense, right? They're just there with soldiers. And apparently they build soldiers very close to the base, and defending with the base is better because the base hits so hard. Yeah, they managed to fence off this first attack.
So this map actually is harder than it seems because zombies are gonna. So you have a safe path, or you think so, but zombies are gonna.
Yeah, but
all the time to infect. Yeah. So yeah, Rosa changed its strategy or something like that. He retreat soldiers to the base.
I see. However, again, like even if you have a lot of soldiers, once they get hit, they all get infected, and that's death.
Yeah. So at this time,
unless you have the vaccine. Oh, and actually, they having so many soldiers just baited all the zombies in the middle, and Vector 2 takes the first game. Now we're going with the second game. The second game is called Suburbs. Because the city is in the middle, like the bases are in the suburbs, and this is a very short game. So maybe Rosa succeeds with the rush. I think.
Seems like this time.
Yeah, they have so many soldiers there. Oh, but they fenced off all the units.
It's not enough for coming back. So yeah.
I see, and then the second attack does it. So it's 1-1 Rosa against Vector 2. This is the third map, Spirals.
You really love this kind of map, right? Because
I don't love these maps. I don't know. I made some hard pathfinding maps and I distributed them across games.
So this fumigator got baited.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can always do a distributed BFS if you really want to have a perfect pathfinding.
Yeah,
It's kind of annoying to do, but works.
it's not easy for sure.
So you see that Vector 2 is working towards the vaccine, but Rosa actually got all the units very, very close to Vector 2's base. The thing is that it has to push a little bit further with
But
that fumigator. That the fumigator died, so those
yeah,
units
exactly.
are just
So they are like
left on their own.
trapped because they know that these cells are infected. So
maybe if they really rush in, you may be able to infect everyone and just
so
win
this
with the
this kind
zombies.
of strategy is fine for early rounds, but you need to have the vaccine if you want to keep closer your soldiers from one and the other.
They think they still can rush, but I think if it comes to defense, I think Vector 2 has a very, very solid edge because of the vaccine.
Yeah, exactly. So the vaccine is
The
gonna make
defense,
this game, right?
defense against soldiers, against
Rosas
zombies.
will get infected one of those and everything will be zombie. So
Yeah, now all the zombies are BFSing to the base.
seems like that amount of zombies.
Apparently, Vector 2 doesn't have very, very good pathfinding, it seems.
Also,
they have the vaccine, and Rose is getting overwhelmed by all these zombies.
yeah.
While Vector 2 can safely put like a wall of meat there. If they get killed, it doesn't matter. They don't transform into zombies. So yeah, Vector 2 gets a second game and advances to the grand finals.
So
against anti-vax kids.
The final of this sprint tournament, it's anti-vax kids versus Vector 2. Both of them are at the top of the ladder, so kind of makes sense.
I had to make this map. Like, we were playing a game that's this platoon map that you have to paint with your color. It's kind of fun to see it getting painted with green, blue, and red. Come on, you have to give me some credit. These maps are actually tough to do. So much time. So, I guess they're both defending a little bit.
Antivax Kid did some.
Yeah, it does like some pretty early laboratories.
Yeah, labs.
Oh,
like,
Vector 2 got infected somehow. Vector 2 got infected. As you can see, there are like a lot of zombies in the outside as well. Like, they cannot go in. There are not as many as in the zoo map, but there are some zombies outside that might bother.
I'm looking for the infector of anti-vax kids, but
I think it was there, it just died.
it's here. No, but they are having one all the time. So it's like they have one, if they die, they do another one. So now it's Vector 2 both of them have the vaccine.
Oh, Vector 2 is sending soldiers to the enemy base, but they seem to be fending off.
Yeah, there are lots of zombies also in the middle, so it's hard for them to arrive to the enemy base.
And the Vector 2 doesn't care, it just sends like all the units to the enemy base, like none to defend.
Seems like, yeah. So this may work in this map, but if you have zombies behind, maybe it's not the best type of ideas. And anti-vax kit sends, instead of sending one by one, send a bunch of them at least, or a group of soldiers.
So, oh, look at the amount of zombies that are like surrounding the squid.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and they actually managed to get to the soldiers.
So 1-0 for anti-vax kids. Remember that if Vector 2 wins this game, there is another.
Yeah, if anti-vax kids they win tournament, but if Vector 2 wins, there still have to be the rematch. They both would have lost one set. This map is called Rocky, in which you can go to the enemy base, but there's like some difficult pathfinding in the middle and annoying because they're like they're not that many places in which you can go by, and it's full of zombies. So anti-vax kids sent some army there, but they got destroyed by the zombies. And meanwhile, Vector 2, I don't know what they're doing, but they seem to be on their way to the vaccine. Oh, they got the vaccine. Oh, they got the vaccine earlier, so all the units from anti-vax kids got infected and they win the game.
So anti-vax kids still needs 1,300 for the vaccine, and Vector 2 gets earlier and just smash with everything, right? So yeah, exactly. So 1-1.
So let's look at this game 3. It's called Reverse. It's a pretty straightforward map. The pathfinding is not difficult because you can go through the diagonals of the arrows. And there are a few zombies, so it's a pretty fair map. However, Vector 2 got infected somehow. Oh, because of the infector. Like that infector actually made made a job there with all the Vector 2 units.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe that gives the victory for anti-vax kids of this tournament.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but I see some strongly infected tiles there, and so I can assume that they just infected everyone there.
So
you were wondering if hospitals were useful. Yes, they are useful because this can happen otherwise. Like a hospital does not only prevent the damage, but also prevents you from spreading the disease. And
so
also,
it's exactly here in this round.
it's exactly that. Like it got infected by a
infector moves
an infector, and apparently didn't realize it got infected, and it just infected everyone else.
Exactly. And now the virus has spread for all of them, so they die.
Yeah.
So the tournament ends here.
So, congratulations to anti-vax kids for winning the tournament, and actually to everyone that has submitted a bot so far. This game is pretty hard compared to previous games. Like in previous games, you could do like a solid bot without putting too much thought into it. Here, you have to actually put quite amount of work to be able to beat the base that shoots. That's the thing. To beat a base that shoots, you actually have to. You need a decent bot. You cannot just have anything that works. So I'm pretty glad with the bots we've seen so far. We're actually surprised that so many people were able to actually do something like besides defending. So yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there's still a week to code and a week for the final. Actually, for the tournament that actually matters for this reason. The final tournament is gonna be in 1 week. The deadline is on Sunday, like at the same time as this one probably. And we're gonna do the stream on Monday, next Monday. Well, good luck. I think you can end the stream now.
Yeah, so bye everyone and wish you luck for the final tournament.